All right, so now we're gonna go through and we're gonna do the valve lash on the bike. So you should have top dead center here. You gotta wait for a compression stroke on this too. So you'll know when you have a compression stroke, trust me. Oh, gaskets. Make sure you do not lose the gasket. You want to try to keep your stuff super clean because, you know, this is all the important stuff. All right. I'm going to set the camera down on the tripod and we'll get to it. So you might get a little bit of oil that comes out, not a whole lot. Won't be too much. We'll get that off. You want to make sure the motor is 100% cold. So it's been sitting all night for me when you want to check your valve lash. Because the valve lash helps when the motor warms up and everything expands and it doesn't make things too tight. If you got a lot of motor noise, 90% of the time it's probably this. So honestly, when you do your valve lash on your bike, you're supposed to do it right out of the box. So I didn't do that. I ran the brake-in oil for about 10 miles, changed the oil, put my own oil in. I won't change it till I hit probably about 250, 500 miles on this oil. And then I'll redo another valve lash on the bike just to double check it, because new motor, everything's gonna loosen up. And honestly, the bike won't probably perform to its performance until after you do this and it breaks in. So make sure you take it easy on the bike for like the first 500. I wouldn't rev this thing up past 6,500 RPMs if it was me, but that's just me. Also today we'll be getting rid of this Chinese spark plug. I'm putting in an NGK plug in. I'll tell you guys which one that is, because as soon as the wife gets back from the store, we'll be going and doing that. And I have a performance exhaust coming. Can't wait to show you guys that. And you don't need the valve cover bolts super tight. You'll break them and then you're gonna be doomed. Okay, motor always rotates this way. There's even an arrow to tell you where it's at. That was not a compression stroke.
Dad, Abby got the dummy on side. This one's a dummy.
Oh, okay, buddy. Thank you. So, exhaust 0.005, intake 0.004. That one's actually pretty good. I've already done the valve lash on this bike. I'm just double checking it already. Just a little bit of drag, so we're good still on the valve lash, which is awesome. I wanted to really make sure on this. So on the compression stroke, you'll have a T and a line, and there's a little notch right there where the plug goes. You want to line those up. And metric, it's 14 mil on the crank bolt, but I'm not using metric, which is a 9/16. Will fit on the crank bolt, so you can rotate the motor, or you can use the Kickstarter. Either way, whatever floats your boat. But there's going to be a 1 bolt here on the left side, and 2 bolts over here on each corner on the right side. So we're going to go ahead. You'll have a gasket around your cover, evidently. Try not to pinch it when you do this. It's a little tight, but it does fit in and out pretty easily. I could probably do it one-handed. But the bike's usually a little sluggish when it's cold. I kind of like ride it around for a few minutes, and then you can actually open it up and feel a difference. It does drive a lot better with the valve lash. And the bike always idled around 2,000. I've got it down to like 15 to 1,200 RPMs by slowly adjusting this and letting it slack out. And then I took most of the my play away, because I like when I hit the throttle, it goes and not have slack. So that's just me. The clutch, you'll have to slowly keep adjusting the clutch till the clutch breaks in. To give you guys a heads up. I finally got my clutch figured out where I like it. I also have, they make aftermarket quick shifters and levers for this exact bike already that I found. I will probably, if you guys want, I'll put the link down in the description below. So I ordered a set of those. We'll see how those turned out. And I went blue since I got the blue bike, kind of matches. Got a new brake lever because, you know, this is cheap and flimsy, but I'm gonna run this one until it breaks. And yep. What else did I get? The turn signals here are cracking already, and the bike barely has 150 miles on it, so I'm gonna get rid of these anyways. I got an LED bulb coming too, so it should work out pretty good for me. Gotta figure out what I did with the other bolt. Ah, dang, that was stupid of me. Oh yeah, I stuck it right here in the foot peg. So this bike has a lot of vibrations. The reason why I'm going to tell you why it has a lot of vibration is because it has solid mounts. So when the motor's is vibrating, the whole bike vibrates with the motor. In a future video, I'll show you. We're going to redo these, and we're basically going to add some bushings, so it won't be so rough to ride. Everybody says this Chinese chain is junk. You know what? I probably agree with them. But we're gonna run it until it gives out. And it's a little on the loose side, but it's what it is. So you'll loosen it up. It'll be too tight from factory, so you'll have to loosen it up regardless. And this is the fuel injected model. As soon as there's upgrades for it, I'll let everyone know, because I'm totally into that. My air box came cracked too, so they're sending me a new air box, which I'm not even gonna have, but I want the air box because I'm gonna use it as storage. We're gonna put a K&N filter on the end of the throttle body here. See if that will help because I feel like with the fuel injected, it needs more air. I feel like the air box on this bike is too restrictive. So we'll see how that goes. And you guys just want it snug, so it's tight, snug, boom, done. I still gotta tighten the other side though. And we'll get rid of that spark plug. We'll take it down to O'Reilly's and get the NGK version of that. I'm sure the timing is off a little bit. So once I figure out how to actually adjust timing on these bikes, I'll let you know, at least on this one. Those don't have to be super tight. Your bike comes with a toolkit. Just keep an eye on it. But you don't want them too tight where you can't get it off, like I couldn't get this one off because I got it too tight last time. Because you don't want to evidently ruin these plugs. Just like that, and we'll go grab the key. Okay, we got the key. $151 miles. Fuel pump's on. From there. But that's how you do the valve lash on this bike. Like I said, I go 4 on the intake, 5 on the exhaust.